Hey guys, Sean Media just want to do a big shout out to Rugby League, Coffee Lounge. All the best this year, 2020.
Alright, oh, yeah! Fuck! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Nick from Australia. Welcome to the NRL Saturday Football Review for round 14 of the 2023 NRL season. We saw 3 games of football today. We saw the Warriors beat the Dolphins 30 points to 8. The Rabbitohs beat the Titans 46 to 28. And the Broncos beat the Sharks 20 points to 12. And tonight I am joined by Rugby League YouTuber Proenzo Vids. Proenzo, how are you, bro? And how would you make a Super Saturday?
Yeah, I'm all right, bro. And as for Super Saturday itself, I thought the games were, there was some good moments and bad moments out of all 3 games, I reckon. But I think mostly good, I'd say. So I am looking forward to reviewing each and every one of them. And no, it wasn't a bad Super Saturday, actually. I enjoyed the footy that was on.
Oh, bro, it was definitely entertaining. I mean, we had some good games. I mean, the game that just ended, Cronulla versus Brisbane, that was a bloody tough game, man. I actually enjoyed that game. I know a few people were going to shit on it, but I thought it was a good game.
No, I agree. It was great. Excellent game.
The Broncos, we'll get into them. I am very, very impressed. As everyone knows, I'm a Cowboys fan. I can't stand the Broncos. I wish them nothing but the worst, but fuck, they look good. They look like a team that could genuinely win the premiership, man. They look scary. You know what? What am we talking about the Broncos first? We will get into the review of the Broncos Sharks, but just quickly, Broncos. They have played 2 games in Sydney this year. They beat the Panthers there in round 1. They beat the Sharks there tonight. They beat the Warriors in New Zealand last week without a few of their origin stars. And their depth seems to be very good. Are the Broncos a premiership contender, Proenzo Vince?
I reckon they are. I think this year's a year that they can definitely do something special. I think the way they're playing, it's a kind of footy that we haven't seen from the Broncos in a while. If they keep playing with this sort of, I guess, like form or just football in general every week, then they are no doubt a premiership contender, in my opinion. Obviously last year, the first half of last year, they were great, but they seem to have learned their mistakes from last year and have backed up and looked a lot better this year. So, in my opinion, they are a threat, I think.
I just didn't have a laugh from him. I can see our good friend from the False Iron podcast, Faraz, on the TV again.
Oh, I was on TV.
Look at him running down there trying to get photos of players.
How good. How good's that?
Yeah, I must admit I do have a bit of a cold. I am not 100%, but the show goes on regardless of how sick I am. All right, hello to the live chat. We've got a bit of a crowd building up here now. We've got Devils_Sai, Jason Reader, SS Storm fan, Big Black Voodoo, Viking King, Tom Tanto, Yeet Boy, Cody Games PlayStation, Aussie Mozzie, Immortal Wolf, SS Storm fan. Hello, everyone that's here. Dan Jamo1. Hope you guys are all doing well. Sorry if I missed anybody in the live chat. Hope you guys are all doing well for the Saturday football review. We won't be on here for too long. Obviously, in about 50 minutes from now, if you guys are interested, at 10:30 p.m., we've got the Super League Magic Weekend, which is basically Magic Round, and my team Salford are playing at 10:30 against Hull KR. I might even live stream again. I'm not too sure, but Salford are playing Hull KR, and there's a lot of former NRL players in that game. So 10:30 on KO on Fox Sports, the Super League. All the games are on. So if you're going to watch it, then if you want to watch some Super League, it's on tonight, all on TV, and tomorrow night too. So just in case anyone asks me if there's Super League on tonight, there is plenty. All right. Let's go back to the first game, Pro Enzo. Not the best game of footy, the very first game. The Warriors over the Dolphins. Warriors 30-8. The Warriors, they probably should have been up by more at half time, but gee, they looked good in that second half. Sean Johnson was at his best, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah. That was vintage SJ for you, I think. I think the way he played today, that was just Johnson turning at the clock and playing at a form where he was just so dominant like a couple of years ago, but he just showcased that again against the Dolphins today, I thought. So he was great, but the whole Warriors team played really well, I thought the forward pack laid a good platform for Johnson and the backs to all do their work. I don't know. The Dolphins are very disappointing. Like it's footy that we haven't seen from the Dolphins in a while. To drop off that big and not do much, but yeah, maybe that's just because the Warriors are too good, and you know what, fair play to them. They play great, and yeah, I think they are further cementing this place in the top 8.
Yeah, look, I think it was very important that the Warriors bounced back today. Obviously, last week they played at Napier in New Zealand against the Broncos, and they were expected to win last week, and they were really poor, and they got beat last week. So they needed to bounce back, and they did that in a really big way. I thought they played really well in that second half. The likes of Sean Johnson really stood up. I thought Fanua Blake was outstanding. Dallin Watene-Zelezniak had a big game as well. And the fullback, Charles Nickel-Cookstad, how good was he today?
Oh, he was excellent. Yeah, he had a great game. CNK. It's always good to see him hit some form. So he was awesome, I thought.
You know, with the Warriors as well. Sorry, bloody hell. I thought I was going to fucking sneeze for a minute. Next season, like obviously the Warriors are building to something this year. They want to make the top 8. They want to play finals footy. You know how scary it's going to be next year when they get Roger Tuivasa-Sheck?
Oh, devastating in my opinion. Like that's going to change the club, as a whole, I reckon.
They keep the same squad together and they add RTS in there. They're going to be a genuine top 8 contender, maybe even more.
Oh yeah, for sure. That they could push for a premiership potentially.
Who knows? Who the hell knows? But you know, I thought the Warriors played really well. Someone in the chat's telling me about Central Coast is going off. I have no idea why.
Oh,
soccer's on, is it? Who's playing? I have no idea.
I'm not too sure, but I think soccer.
A-League Grand Final. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I've got no idea. See, I don't watch the A-League. I have no idea. But, yeah, the Warriors, bro, they showed me something today. The Dolphins, obviously, their first time in New Zealand. Their origin players didn't back up. But I thought the Dolphins just lacked a bit of intensity towards the back end of that game. When they were trying to get some momentum, Pro Enzo, they just lacked a bit of intensity, didn't they?
Yeah, I just think they were very slow off the mark. Like they were very slow. Just didn't seem to want to compete with the Warriors in the way they were playing. Like there was like no attempt. I think there were some players that gave it a go and had some effort today, but other than that, they weren't good enough. The Dolphins, and I'm sure Wayne will be very disappointed with that performance as well.
Yeah, I was just reading the chat. I haven't seen any of that, Big Black Voodoo. They said Roger can play next week. What? You're not released from the Blues.
I haven't heard about that.
I haven't heard any of it, bro. Unless you can send me a link or a screenshot of it, bro. I haven't heard of that one, bro. I have no idea. But no, the Warriors, bro. I thought they were very good and they deserved the win. They were very good in that game. But also, I just want to give a mention to Josh Curran. Now, Rocco Berry ended up with a terrible HIA, courtesy of a Jared Wallace shoulder charge, which ended up being a head clash. And Curran had to play right center for the whole match, really. And, bro, I thought Foley did a great job.
Yeah, no, he did a great job. He really stood up and filled in that position really well when he doesn't often play there. So, no, fair raps to him on that one.
Big Black Buddha said TJC announced it on his stream. Really?
Really?
I need to find this shit out, man.
Yeah, I never heard about that, but wow.
There's no way.
Yeah, hard to believe, I think.
There's no way he can play next week.
Wouldn't think so, but yeah.
Well, I just went on Google and there's nothing on here about Roger coming back now.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably just speculation, I'd say.
Yeah, there's nothing online at the moment, but hey, if he were to come back this year, that would be fucking big. Be huge.
No, help the Warriors out.
Fucking massive for Warriors. But I'll tell you this, as good as RTS is, I wouldn't move CAK from fullback right now.
Nah, based on form, no way. Nah, big mistake if they did that.
Put Roger in the centres or something, I don't know. Whatever.
May as
Oh,
well.
yeah, I haven't heard nothing. All right. Dolphins, they got a lot to work on. Obviously, they get the Origin players back next week when they take on your boys, Manly, bro. That should be an interesting game.
Yeah, big game, that one. I'll be there too, so I am looking forward to being there. But after that loss for the Dolphins, I'll be very hungry to beat us. No doubt about that one.
Yeah, and I think Turbo is out, but Manly have appealed for a exemption for Tom. So
yeah, that's correct.
That'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. Anyway, the Warriors way too good for the Dolphins here this afternoon. Mate, my man of the match, I'm going to give it to Sean Johnson. I thought he was best player on the field.
Yeah, SJ by a mile, in my opinion. I think he was the one that got the Warriors to the win. So, yeah, he's my man of the match as well.
All right, let's go to the next game. The middle game of Super Saturday. Rabbitohs over the Titans. 46-28. The Gold Coast. I shake my head every time they play. They do the same thing every single week. You can't take any positives out of this game. You can't. I don't care if they scored 5 tries. They conceded 46 points against a Latrell Mitchell-less Souths team. There was no Latrell Mitchell tonight. And South still scored 46 points. Bro, the Gold Coast have got some big issues.
Well, they can score points. That's the funny thing. They can score points, but they just can't defend points either. It's just embarrassing. And, usually 28, 24 points is enough to win you a game, but they seem to not be able to match that sort of, mark and winning games with that much points. So the Titans, they are not a club to trust, and they are obviously a long way away from being something amazing. So, another disappointing choke by the Titans.
They led 12-0 after 10 minutes. They had a nice 22-16 lead at halftime. And South may have taken them a little bit cheap in the first half, but that second half, South just went bang, bang, bang. They were killing them. The former Cody Walker pro Enzo Vince. I know it probably won't happen, but Cody Walker's going to be considered for Origin, man. He's in amazing form.
Oh, yeah. No, I'd consider him for sure. I think he won't be picked. He won't be picked, I don't reckon. But if he does, then I wouldn't complain because I think he's playing form that replicates what Origin's about. So, I'd consider him for sure.
Mate, New South Wales, I'll tell you right now, they won't pick Cody Walker. But in my opinion, Cody Walker's probably the best 5'8" in the game on form right now.
I believe so as well, yeah.
It would be. I mean, have a look at all the 5'8" in the comp. I think Cody Walker's the best 6 in the game right now.
Based on form, I think so for sure.
He is on fire. How many tries did Cody Walker have today? Jesus Christ, he was incredible.
Quite a few.
Apparently, he had one try assist.
One.
It seems like he had more than that.
Oh yeah, I feel like four or five.
He was involved in all the tries, really, on that left-hand side. But bro, South Sydney, they are a lethal fucking team. They are very dominant.
They are very once South Sydney are on, they're very hard to stop. So that was the case today.
Alex Johnson with another hat-trick. I think he's three hat-tricks away from the all-time record for the most hat-tricks too.
Yeah, well, he passed Brett Morris today on the all-time try scorers list, so that's a pretty big achievement.
Yeah, no, Cody Walker, Alex Johnson, they just do their thing, don't they? And I must say, shout out to Hame Sele. How good's he going?
Yeah, he's improved by a mile, hasn't he? I think if Souths lose him, they'll be very disappointed because there's rumours he
They got
might
to keep
leave.
him.
So go
I know
keep
there's
him.
rumors. I know there's rumors of Hama Saleh maybe going to Canterbury, but man, he has been in incredible form, Hama Saleh, and that whole South pack. They're just doing the job. They're going forward. They're so ruthless. Yes, I know the try to Isaac and Tino Fatsul Malawi was soft. And I know they're going to work on their defense a little bit, but South Sydney are usually the best defensive team in the comp this year. And they did have some pretty bad defensive reads today, but overall, they're usually very good in defense, South. And they can score points, South.
Yeah, they can, and I think today was all about picking up the 2 points no matter what. And I think picking up the 2 points away from home is always a huge thing. So well-deserved win.
Well, we heard Cody Walker after the game say that on the Fox League interview. He said, didn't care how we did it, we just had to win, and that's what they did. Souths. Campbell Graham, another good game from him. You think he's a chance for Origin too?
He might be like if Tom can't play, game 2 for whatever reason, which he should. But if he can't, for example, I think he's in the running. Campbell Graham for sure.
Gotta be a chance. Gotta be. All right. Well done to Souths. Another big win. The Gold Coast, they can't defend for their lives. And you know what? I think there needs to be a little bit of pressure on Justin Holbrook, Pro Enzo.
Would you reckon?
Well, how many times did she have the Gold Coast scored heaps of tries and they concede 40 points? How many times do they have a lead in a game of footy, whether it's 2 or 3 tries, and they just let it go? And it happens every week, I swear.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think, I don't mind Holbrook, but he's probably going to fix that part of the game up for the Titans because they can't just keep doing that every week.
Well, see, it's at the point where, the Gold Coast play awesome in the first half, and in the second half, they do nothing. And yes, I think Holbrook has a lot to do with this, but some of the players defensively, horrible. How about Jojo Fafita? His defense today was disgusting. Alex Johnson, there was one try there where he just walked over the line with tapped with the offload.
Yeah, the Titans' defense is atrocious, and it's far from being fixed, in my opinion. Very, very
It's the
bad.
worst in the comp. It's the worst defense in the comp. Without a doubt. Anyway, well done to South Sydney. Bounce back performance. They almost scored 50, which they probably should have. But anyway, well done to South. Man of the match. Oh, tough one for me. But it's easy to go Johnson because he had a hat-trick, but I'm going to go with Cody Walker. Thought he was outstanding.
Yeah, I was going to say Cody Walker as well. I think he was my man of the match.
Yeah, Cody Walker was the best player on the ground. And final game, the Sharks and the Broncos from Shark Park. This was a really high-quality game of football. Yes, it was low scoring and defense was very good from both sides, but I thought the physical battle was fantastic. And the Broncos, with a 20-12 win over the Sharks in Cronulla. The Broncos are in incredible. They're in great form at the moment. They are hard to beat, bro.
Yeah, I think the Broncos winning games in New Zealand at Napier and just grinding out games like that away from Suncorp and all that sort of stuff. It's just goes to show you that the Broncos are a team that can mentally be good enough to win a comp, I reckon. But as for tonight's win, it was huge because not all the players, I'd say, from Origin would be 100%, but they all did their job and guided Broncos to a win. So it's a very good win, I'd say.
Yeah. No, without a doubt. Adam Reynolds, the conductor again. His kicking game was outstanding tonight.
He was very good. No, he was great, Reynolds. He, look, when he has a big game, the Broncos often play well. So that was the case.
I'll tell you what, though, the Sharks. I don't know if I'm worried about them, but they've had a few games this year where they've had some hiccups. They lost to the Warriors at Shark Park earlier in the year. They were beaten by the Dolphins comprehensively on Magic Round. They're at home again tonight, and they get beat by the Broncos. is there something not right about the Sharks? And I don't want to put the blame on one player, but I think there needs to be some questions on Matt Moylan, man.
Yeah, I think Moylan's getting to a point where he might have to retire soon. Like I think he's running out of time, and I just think he's a bit too turnstile as well.
I'm worried about Moylan. I really am. I thought tonight he was really poor. Some of his kicks were dreadful. His decision making wasn't all there. I know Hines didn't have the best game, but Moylan, I don't know. It seems like he's a passenger out there. Maybe it's time to give Braden Trindle a run.
Well, he's the future, so I think they should, in my opinion.
I reckon next year they should go with Trindle and Hines, but I don't know. Moylan, I want to see him bounce back and have a big game next week, but fuck, man, he seems to just not be in the game much, Matt Moylan.
No, it just doesn't seem to be for some reason, and yeah, it's sad because he was actually playing good footy not long ago, but he's just sort of dropped off again, I think.
And look, I think the thing with the Sharks is I feel like if you really attack Nicho Hines, you put pressure on him constantly, it really affects the Sharks' attack.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think if you shut down Hines, you shut down Corello, it seems. I think once that happens, Sharks just not the same team.
I'll tell you, one player for the Broncos who was incredible tonight, Tony Staggs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was great.
He was a handful. Staggs was outstanding. And you know what? I don't usually say this, but in my opinion, Jesse Arthurs is probably the best backup outside back in the comp.
Yeah, well, he's up there because I think he's done a job whenever there's an injury or player out for the Broncos. So yeah, fair.
You know, he comes in for Cobbo during Origin, and then he comes in for someone. Bro, Jesse Arthurs is, I reckon he would start at maybe 10 or 11 other NRL clubs. He is a weapon.
Yeah, I think he would. And you know what? I think he deserves a full-time starting spot too. So definitely.
Maybe next year when Herbie Farnworth leaves.
Yeah, he'll be up there, I reckon.
I think he should start left centre next year. He's playing really well. Broncos 4-pack was very good tonight. Flegler had a really good game. Payne Haas, I'm just having a look at some numbers here. Let me have a gaze at this here. So Haas, 143 metres. Flegler, what did Flegler run for? 69 metres for Flegler. I thought he ran for more than that.
Interesting.
I'll tell you what, one player that I want to give a rap to, I thought was outstanding. The young back rower come off the bench, Brendan Piakore. Bro, I thought he was incredible for the Broncos tonight. He was outstanding.
Yeah, he played pretty well, actually, Piakore. He did a job, and I think that's all that you can really ask for. So he was good, I reckon.
He's getting better too. Like he's a backup for the Broncos usually. He was very strong tonight. I thought he was great. Broncos did well. Ezra Mann as well. He's getting better, isn't he?
Man, yeah, no, he's established himself furthermore, and it's good to see because he's a talent, and I rate him. So no, that's good. He's playing well.
Well done to the Broncos. I mean, to go to Sydney for the second time this year, go to a very hostile environment in Shark Park, and to get a win like that against a team that most of us consider contenders in the Sharks, big win for the Broncos. And there was no Cobbo. So they were without their state of origin winger. Very good for the Broncos.
Yeah, got to take that win, and yeah, it's a confidence boosting win, I reckon.
What do you make of the return of Corey Oates?
No, it was successful. Like he obviously had that broken jaw, right? And yeah, it wouldn't be an easy injury to come back from. But the way he played tonight, I think that's it only helps him, I reckon. So no, it was good return.
Yeah, he played well. He played really well. Good to see Corey Oates back. Ran for 227 metres too, mind you. Incredible stuff. All right. Who would you man the match be from the Sharks Broncos game tonight?
I'd go Harvey Farnworth. I think he was my player of the match, in my opinion.
I'm going with Katoni Staggs. I just thought, he destroyed Talakai again. I thought Staggs was outstanding, bro. I'm going to give Staggs man of the match. He was incredible. But Pierre Corre, close second for me. He was very good, Pierre Corre. Press me. But
yeah, definitely.
Anyway, Pro Enzo, bro, thanks for coming on the review, bro, and good luck to Manly when they play next week.
Yeah, next Friday. Yeah. No, thanks, bro. It was a good review, and yeah, thankfully the phone survived there because I think it's about to die. But yeah, no, thanks again.
Something's going on there. Yeah, all good, bro. Well, guys, that concludes the Saturday football review for round 14 of the NRL. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. And see you guys in the next one. That's full time from Super Saturday. Warriors 30-8 over the Dolphins. Souths 46-28 over the Gold Coast. And the Broncos the Sharks.